No.
Damn it. I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Get him! Sick him! This one. Garuda! Over here! Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive.
We're friends of Martha.
Aren't
They are.
the Black Shields? Rosera, tell Matt to beg Sid's aid.
Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their...
Arthur said they rose from their beds through...
I've gathered the bearer's remains.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents, if the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the cast.
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see...
Go for it! Get him! Kill! Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. Slow. Nice try. Get him. Go for it. You didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you, but it should have been me. This was...
How?
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descent. I assumed it was all just nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a few...
And in ordinary times you would have been right. Which begs the question, my mother obviously has a hand in this.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people... Oh, before I forget, Astolas from Ock. He asked me to tell you that Gav has...
Then we must as well.
We can stay longer if you...
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though...
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
Oi! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not?
Chocobos.
You heard me right. And not just any chocobo. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest...
Chocobos.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Oh, go on then. Don't...
All right.
There's a good...
Where can I find these?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrel. You saved Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird. And don't worry. You'll...
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds, looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight. They're in trouble.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon... Someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right, then. But don't say I didn't warn you. There's a good boy.
Over here!
Let's roll ready. Nice try. You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are. Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old White Hart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, White Hart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper looky. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you?
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Anyhow, best be on my way.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you. Come on. Time to fight. Thanks, Gal. Now, where's Gav?
Finish with that log, so we...
Well, did you find me?
Find is one way.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse.
I'll go.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman.
Gav should be back by now.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's Head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Think it's all right to touch him?
I hear there's trouble in this area. That broom's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right.
Yep.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to...
The Patron's Whisper. Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend?
Oh, no. That's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender... Business is busy. Still. Words are immortal. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive. Oh, same old. So, oh. And Sid. But he's still with us too. Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Right. Well, leaving, the people of Alastia are going through a lot already. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything. And perhaps I can. I don't think so.
Here for another of my lectures. Allow me to educate you. I have the details here. One must understand one's place in the world. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
That broom's as ragged as goat's locks.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like...
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she... Well, and not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter...
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse break. You couldn't take them some, could you?
It'll be nice being the bearer of good...
Oh, she always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, here you go. Martel apples, they're called. You hear that, Martel? Today?
It's not the ether.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here.
Martel.
Weren't she the girl from the furrows?
Course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to...
These aren't those apples, are they? She'd have been proud, and rightly so.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. Old Sid was the only one who could eat and have them right from the branch. Made Martel livid. Not that anyone could...
That sounds like the Sid I knew of.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work. And Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over.
Well, I've got some manners at least. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our...
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
That broom's as ragged as
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martell.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind. Even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. She put everything into her work. She wasn't gonna wreck. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's...
And through you. Her dream...
I didn't do anything, really.
By the way, Otto's expecting...
Of course not. I'll see that you're... They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful?
It's not the east.
You think it's all right to touch him?
I don't know. You go first.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end. How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber. Run like the wind.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price. Much obliged.
You seen them, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one.
Was this the first time they visited?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers.
Don't you go telling these... I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least ask what...
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in. The Empire's a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift, but as some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the viceroy, this village will not.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to them.